And I'm gonna go over here and push. Got it. Record. Continue. I think I have. Okay. Got it. Got it. All right. Hi, and welcome to Piece of Art and Soul Studios. So glad you're here. I'm super excited because we're going to be doing the dog Love You painting today. And I'm just going to show you how to trace it to your canvas. Now I'm using a pretty canvas that I had like hot pressed and it didn't come out very good. So I'm going to be painting over this one because I didn't want to use a new one. I wanted to reuse one that I already have. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to do this painting with you guys. I'm on here a little bit early because I want to make sure we are live in the right place and I'm not live like somewhere else, and also I want to make sure that I am also you can hear that everything's working, right? Everything's working and I'm not like so here we go. Here we go. Oh, you can hear that everything's working. Okay, so everything's working. If you have questions, you can go ahead and put them in the chat. If you're wondering how you get this from me, you can put it in the chat because I'm going to be giving this away after this. I'm actually going to be giving you a link that you can go and get this for yourself and paint for yourself. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our tracer, and I got my coffee. I'm ready to go. If you got my email, hopefully you got my email. So those who have signed up, hopefully you got my email. If you didn't get my email, please let me know. I will try sending it out again. I don't know what happened. I tried sending it out last week. It didn't work. I don't know, like if it was just a glitch or something in the system, or if it was something on my side. I'm not sure. But if you didn't get an email, please let me know. I want to send it to you. If you want an email from me, just let me know. Just let me know in the comments and just type in tracer. And I will send you the link for that so that you can go ahead and grab your tracer and everything else. Now, this video will be for you to do step by step. I'm going to show you how to do the tracer first because I printed out on my 10. This is 10 by 12. So I printed out on a 10 by 12. Take a sip of my coffee, grab a nice warm drink. And let's get to painting. I'm super excited. I can't wait to do this. I really like this design. It's super cute. It'd be great for birthday parties. And this little dog literally is like, we have another one that's just like a black, it's like red. It has like a red and like a red and whatever background to it. But I feel like he can be very, I don't know, like you can change him up a little bit. Like you can add a lot to this little doggy. And he's super cute. I really like this little doggy. So we're going to go ahead and take hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know in the comments if you're watching me. Please let me know you're here. Say hi. Let me know where you're from. Also, let me know if you can hear me because I am using Zoom. And I just now got it to work to go to my Facebook. So please let me know you can hear me. If you can't hear me, also let me know because I have everything set up. Hopefully it doesn't like cut out on me or do anything like that. And if it does, I will let you know and I will come back and just go live, okay, on Facebook. All right. I mean, I'm live now, but I'll go live on Facebook. So now I'm just turning it over. So one thing that I tell everybody when they're doing their tracers and when they're going and they're doing tracing anything, make sure the shiny side is on the canvas part of it. If it doesn't look like this, when you turn it over, if this is not on top of there, then you don't have it on the right side because it's not going to transfer if you do it that way. So I'm just going to take some tape, and I like to turn mine over and just kind of like tape it and then tape it. I couldn't find my other tape, so I'm using painter's tape today. I couldn't find my other my tape dispenser thingy. And then voila. I don't do any more because that's not gonna, it's not gonna matter. So now I'm gonna take my tracer, my printed out tracer. You get this printout. And if you go to rapidresizer.com, you can resize your tracer. It's super easy, super amazing. You don't have to like do a lot of things. What I like to do is I like to kind of fold the dotted line. So I'm going to fold this dotted line. Okay. So we're going to fold this dotted line, and I'm just going to put it on top of the other dotted line like so. Okay. And then I am actually going to tape this together. All right. So I'm going to tape it together. Now you can tape it together in the middle if you want, but I would say be very careful when you go and start to press, when you start to go and trace it, because you're going to have to press really, really hard to get your design onto your paper. So what I do is I just put like a little bit of tape there, and then a little bit of tape on this side right here. Okay. And that's kind of what I do. I don't do any more. That's just what I do. And then I kind of line it up with my canvas. So I'm just going to line him up, and I'm going to fix the heart up here to kind of like give it a little bit more fullness to it, right? All right. There we go. And then all I do is tape it to my canvas here. So this is where I want it. I want it to be right here. I want him to be right here on the edge of my canvas. So his feet are right there at the edge. I'm just going to go ahead and tape him down, or her. I'm going to tape it down, and I'm going to grab my pen. Now I didn't tape it down over here, and you're going to notice why, because it's not going to matter. So I've taped it down, and I'm just going to kind of go over the lines. You don't have to like go over all the lines, but I kind of like just to make the lines a little bit. I'm kind of just connecting them over here, because that way I know that this is hair, and I'm going to use it to reference hair. And you don't have to use all the lines, just do your best. You have to do all of them because it is just hair. And I'm going to show you how to do it here in a little bit. And what I like to do is I like to start from the bottom and then work my way around the bottom, and then work my way to the top. Here's the envelope that he's holding. He is super cute. I really like this little design. And this would be great for like birthday parties, like kids' birthday parties, Valentine's Day party. I mean, there's sky's the limit with this one. And I decided to do this one because I was like, he's super cute. I think you guys would like this one. So I was like, you know what? He's going to be my little freebie for the month. And I try to do like a free painting tutorial once a month. And then I have my paid ones in my little calendar. So if you go to my calendar, in my bio, you'll find that I have online ones too that you pay for. It's $10 a person, and they're super fun. You can come on Zoom like this, or you can rewatch it if you want, if you don't feel comfortable being on Zoom. You also can come on Zoom and not be on video. I don't force people to be on video because I know how intimidating being on video can be. So I'm like, you don't have to be on video. You don't have to be on video. So if you just want to come and watch and paint and ask questions, you can totally do that too. You don't have to like sit there and be on video. It's fun to see like what people are painting, but if you don't feel comfortable, I don't force my customers to share, you know. It's totally up to you. It's personal choice. I'm just doing these little lines up here just so I have a reference of where my mustache is, or his little mustache, his little, what is it? Facial, the little face up here. And don't worry about the broken lines up here. It's fine because I'm gonna guide you step by step. Okay, so I have the little face kind of sketched out a little bit. We have his hair, and then now I'm going to do his nose. That way we have a reference for his nose. And then his eyes. Okay. And now we're going to move on to the rest of his head. So I'm just going to come over here and do the rest of his head. His ear. And a lot of this is just hair. So I'm going to show you how to do the hair. Because he is a, I don't know what type of dog is he. You let me know in the comments what type of dog this is. Then that would be wonderful. I think he's like a terrier or something. Do the arrow here. There we go. And then we have the arrow through his head. So we're going to want to make sure we get that. Well, it's not really, it's through his hair, but you know what I mean. All right, so we're going to come down here and we're just going to continue to work on the arrow here. And work on his hair, bring it down. That way we have this shape of his body a little bit. That way we don't lose the shape of his ears or anything. There we go. There's his ear. All right, now we're at the top of his head. So I'm just going to kind of bring in some of this hair in here, and I'm just going to do lines here. Okay. Now we're going to do the little thing on his head. Okay. Here's the first heart. Just kind of roll around. There we go. There's the first heart, and now let's go over here and do the second heart. Now I got to finish the second heart because it's not all the way done, and that's okay. This was a full size tracer, so it was kind of cut off. So I'm gonna shape my heart, and you could do that too if you want. Doesn't have to be totally. It's gonna be painted, so it's not a big deal. And then if you want to do the Be Mine, you can. But I'm just gonna. There. Okay. All right, and I think he's ready to go. We are ready to paint. Let's see. Just in time too. It's 1 o'clock. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. We put this aside. All right. So we're going to start with our background first. Right. Goody. Oh, I didn't get the rest of the other side of this one. The little heart didn't come all the way through, which is okay. And some of my hair didn't come through. I have another design behind it, which is fine. It's gonna get painted anyways. I just have to fix the heart. Sorry about the noises. The kids are home. I'm in my studio, but how it goes. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, so what I'm gonna do. Sorry, my dog is a little cuckoo. So I have blue, I have like dark blue, and you can mix your blue if you want to, but I'm just gonna use turquoise. I'm actually gonna use Laguna turquoise to kind of give me, and then I'm actually gonna use blue. I forgot my blue, so let's see. Okay, so I have my bright blue and my turquoise blue, and I'll make sure there's okay. No one trying to get in, you know what I mean? Okay. All right. I'm gonna close all these little. Okay, there we go. All right, so what we're gonna do is we are going to start with our background. I'm actually gonna kind of fix this little piece right here. Find my pencil. Well, I don't, you know what, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll just do it when I'm ready to do the rest of it. So we're gonna do our background. I have my handy dandy foil. I use foil. I don't use, when I'm at home, I just use foil. I'll use half of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a little bit of, we're gonna make, you're gonna mix blue and then you're gonna mix a little bit of white and yellow. If you wanted to make your own turquoise, you can do yellow, blue, and white. And then that's kind of how you make turquoise, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do Laguna here. You can use yellow, you can use blue, you could use white, you can mix it together, and then you can put it on the canvas. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and start painting my background blue. So I'm just painting my background and I'm going around I'm gonna go around my my little design here. And then I'm gonna use a little white to kind of make little clouds in the background here. So just get as close as you can. Don't worry about it if you go over it, because it is pencil and you can totally see it. Not a big deal if you go over it. So I'm just going over. Now, I barely have a little bit over here, and I noticed that my design did not fully, and I probably should have pressed a little more, which is fine because this is going to be hair anyways. Just do your best. If it doesn't show through, you can easily take a pencil and like remark it if you need to. That's what I usually do, but it's fine. It's not going to be a big deal because I can freehand it, right? So I'm just going to come up here and paint as much I can. Backgrounds. That's all I'm doing right now is I'm painting the background right now. I'm getting the background painted. And like I said, if you want this tracer, just go ahead and put tracer in the comments here. And we will get it to you. Oops. See how I went over my design? It's totally okay. It'll be fine. You kind of want to go over your design. Sorry, my dog was barking. You kind of want to go over the design a little bit so that your background's a little bit even and it doesn't look like off a little bit. So I am going to kind of go over a little bit of my design. That way it is a little bit even looking when I go and do the rest of my painting. Because you have some of these little spots right here that you can't really get into, but if you painted it, it's fine because you can go back over it. You could see it. As long as you don't put like 3 or 4 layers on it, it'll be fine. Now, what you could do is you could just paint your background, right? And then you could do a tracer. You could do a white tracer on top if you wanted to. Or you can do it this way, the way that I'm doing it, and just paint around a little bit around your painting if you like. Whichever way that you feel comfortable doing is totally up to you. I'm comfortable doing it this way because I can do it this way. I've done it this way for so many years. A lot of people are not comfortable doing it this way. They want to paint it first and then they want to put a tracer. It's solely up to you. It's just totally up to you. I need more paint. More paint. More paint is the merrier. Now I am going to put a little bit of blue into my background a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do a little bit of I'm going to do a little bit taking my blue and do a little bit of like not like kind of like a blue wash and then a white wash, a little bit, not a lot, because I don't want it to be blue. I want it to still be my aqua, but I'm just going to take a little bit of the blue and I'm just going to kind of go in here a little bit and do a little bit of just some blue strikes in here. To kind of give it that sky look to it. See, that would be too much, so I could grab a little bit of my turquoise. And then I want to put some white up here, so I'm going to put some white. So I kind of give it some texture. That's all I'm doing. I'm just texturing it right now. I give it some texture here. And I'm taking my brush and I'm just kind of going back and forth like this with my brush. I know I feel like I'm shaking the hey, you're laying on my lamp. Sorry, my puppy's laying on my lap. Off my lamp. She's like laying on my lap. So I'm just taking my brush and I'm kind of doing some texture work here. I'm just taking it sideways a little bit and I'm just tapping it to give it some texture with that color that I got on my brush. It's not quite dry brushing, it's just texturing at this point to kind of give it that texture look to it. Okay. All right. There we go. Now we're going to do the puppy. Are you ready to paint our puppy? Okay, so we're going to use white paint. So I'm going to take my white paint. Do a white paint and we're going to do a little bit of black. So I'm going to put a little bit of black in there to kind of give it a little gray. I'm kind of dip it in the black and in the gray. Is this part of his tail? I'm trying to, so this is part of his tail. Okay, I think there's like a break in between his tail and his head. I don't know. I can't tell now. Hold on. I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute. Because I think I kind of painted over it, but that's okay. I'll figure it out as I go. Um, I painted over his tail, and that's okay. If you paint over, we all make mistakes. If you paint over his tail, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna take my flat brush. So I'm gonna take my 12 brush, and I'm just gonna take my flat brush. I'm gonna actually dip it in the white, and we're gonna paint white, but then we're gonna dip it in the black a little bit, and we're just gonna kind of do back and forth between white and black to give it that gray color, but I want more gray than I want white. Like I want like a light gray. So you want a light gray color. Now your puppy can be different colors if you want your puppy to be different colors. Totally up to you. I'm just trying to make sure I don't lose my lines here. So I'm just taking my flat brush and I'm going around. Doing the outline of my puppy here. And I'll go back and I'll do the lines for the hair. I just want to get the foundation of his tail. So his tail, his tail is like right here. I believe his tail is like right here. I think. I hope. And I think there's like a little spot right there that has but he's like mainly like white and gray, so but I just want to get his body shape in place. You know what I mean? Like I want to make his body shape in place, and then I can go back and add hair to it. So we're just trying to get the body shape put in place here. And then we can come back and do all like the detail work. So I'm using the gray and the white. I'm kind of doing like intermediate gray and white together. Kind of give it to give him shape. So I'm bringing the shape into the puppy dog here. So let's do this. We're going to bring the shape into the puppy dog. And I'm kind of just using my flat brush and I'm going in and giving him hair a little bit. So I'm using it sideways to give him a little bit of hair on each side. So like this doesn't need hair, but I could come over here and give him hair over here with some black here in a minute. But I gave him some hair over here so that I have a reference. Okay, this is his hair, his body over here. So, and same goes for up here. Like I want to give him some hair reference here. So we're gonna just kind of bring that in a little bit. And then we're going to establish the gray in here. So we're gonna actually make this lighter, a little lighter in here. So then when we go in here and do the hair inside, like the mane, right? We know that it won't look like it's just blank right there. So we're just going to continue to work with our puppy here, and I'm doing his ear right now. And it's okay if you go over some of the lines and it looks like it's kind of blurred a little bit, because we're gonna separate them here in a little bit. I'm just going over it with white and a little bit of black. That way we have like a foundation of our puppy here. I know it doesn't look much right now, but we will get there. He will start looking like a puppy. Right. And then now we're going to do around his eye area. I'm going to make it a little deeper, a little darker around his eye area. So I'm add a little bit of black to the thing here. Okay. That way we know that this is his face here. So I made it a little darker around his eye area, his face here. That way it's separated from the rest of his body. Okay. All right, so now that we have that, he looks like a bandit, right? Looks like a little raccoon, right? Right. So now we're gonna add a little bit of darker up here, darker in the ears. Oh, I forgot this ear over here. So don't forget your ears. Forget your ears. Okay. I forgot my other ear. And then we're just going to put a little bit of darkness in the ear, a little bit. Give it a little bit of some shading here, right? Okay. There we go. All right. So now we are going to do, hopefully, the lines. Now I'm going to do the lines with a paint pen. You don't have to do the lines with a paint pen if you don't want to. I do notice that I have a little bit of area that needs to be filled. So I think this area right here needs to be filled, because this has to be separated from his hair, his tail. His tail needs to be separated. There we go. Now he actually has a tail. And then up here, I didn't realize that this is not done up here. So let me go ahead and fill this in. Okay. There we go. That looks good. All right. So now I'm gonna rinse my brush out. Now I'm gonna go back over it with a little bit of darker gray. Now, if you don't have, you can make gray, but if you don't have like a really dark gray, you could just add black to everything. I'm actually gonna do this gray and then I'm gonna add a little black to it to make it darker. So now every layer that I just went over, I'm actually gonna go back over on the bottom, like the places that need to be dark. So I'm gonna look at my light. My light's gonna be coming from this way. So I'm gonna have, I always look at my light when I'm looking at any item that I'm painting. So my light is coming from this way. So I'm gonna do my little dark feet here. I'm just gonna use my little line here. And do dark feet over here. I'm also looking at my picture to make sure that I'm doing the right side. A little darker over here, there, okay. And then I know that this up here is already dark. but this part right here has got some dark on it. So I'm just gonna kind of do like a swoosh right here to give it like a darker color. I'm doing shading right now. And then down here a little bit. And then everything else is going to be lighter color. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lighten up my gray with some white. So I'm just going to kind of come in here and pour some white in here and do a little bit. I'm going to do some white. So we're just going to come in here and white this all out just a little bit and kind of blend it in just a little. That's not working. I got too much on my paintbrush. Less is more, guys. Less is more. So I'm just literally coming in here and I'm just blending. I'm pretty much, that's all I'm doing is blending. Blending to kind of give it that blend between the colors of gray and white. Look. Just blending. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm going to go over it with, oh, you know what? Let's do this over here because this has got hair on it, right? We have hair over here. Get that, kind of get that darkened a little bit. So don't forget our hair over here. We have hair. There we go. There we go. Now he looks like he actually has hair on that side over there. Because this is part of his arm and this is his back side. So we want it to look like he has this is his front side, that's his back side. So we want the difference. So we want it to be darker over here. And then we just bring down the hair like that. So like so. He's not 100% done yet. So, all right. So now we're going to do the mustache. The mustache is going to be a combination between black and the gray. So I'm going to kind of go back in between the two colors. Oh, oh, no wonder. I was like, wait a minute, that's the wrong gray. So they're going to be the combination of gray and black. So I'm going to dip my paintbrush into black and gray. And I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to use my brush and I'm going to just come in here and do his little whiskers here. I guess that's what they're called. They're called whiskers. Black and gray. I'm just using the black and gray. And then sometimes I'll go in here with gray. You use black first or gray. I know right now it looks really, really bad right now, but it's okay. The black and gray, and I'm just gonna kind of come in here and mix it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then his nose is black, so we're just gonna take our small black round brush and we're gonna come in here and do the little black nose here while we're here. Okay. There we go. Little black nose. Now I could put a little more white in there if I wanted to. So if I want to put more white into my beard or whatever it is, right? I can come in here, brush this off a little bit and come in here with a smaller brush and bring in some highlighting, right? Do some highlighting here for his little What a mustache. I guess it's called a mustache. I mean, I don't know. Okay. And then there's like this little, what is it, little shine on his nose. So we're just gonna do a shine on his nose. So a little shine on his nose. Okay. We're not 100% done yet. Now we're going to, while we still have our black and we still have our small brush, we're going to do our eyes. So let's go ahead and give him life. Okay. So let's give him life. All right. So we're just going to do his eyes. We're just going to do them black. Okay. And a lot of people are like, I don't know how to do eyes. I can never ever do eyes when it comes to like animals or people. Eyes can be very, very difficult and frustrating for a lot of people. So I'm going to show you a really cool trick that I do anytime I have to do any eyes on an animal when I'm painting. Now, he doesn't have pupils right now, but that's okay. It doesn't have pupils right now, but we're going to give him pupils, okay? Oh, you know what? I forgot the little hairs on the top of his head. So let's go ahead and while that dries, because we got to let that dry before we can put our pupils on. Let's go ahead and do our little hairs on top. So the hairs are going to be the same way as it was with the mustache. We're going to just use black and gray, and we're just going to kind of come in here. I'm going to offset this. There we go. We're going to kind of come in here and we're just going to put some hair to him, right? And then we're going to come in here with some gray, put some gray in here. He looks like he has a mohawk. So to kind of help with the mohawk look, we can kind of bring it in a little bit with some white. So I don't want him to have a whole mohawk. So we're going to bring this down a little bit. We can do some crosshairs like this too, if we wanted to. I don't like that he has a mohawk. I'm gonna bring some white in here. So he looks like he has a mohawk. So if you don't like the fact that he looks like he has a mohawk, you can bring some white in here and do some white shading here. I'm just trying to make sure no one's asking questions, and if you do have questions, sometimes less is more, but once I put this little band over his head, which I feel like I put too much hair up here anyways, once I put the band over his head, I think it'll look fine. But if you don't like the mohawk, you can just kind of come in here with some white and lighten it up a little bit. There we go. Marcus, what are you doing? What's wrong? I'm almost done. I'm right now on TV. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna go in here and we're gonna do our ears. So we're gonna kind of come in here with a little bit of the dark color here. And we're gonna do a little bit of the ears. So now the ear canal, we're gonna do the ear canal. We're gonna have to do with our smaller brush. So we're gonna use our smaller brush to do this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from this top right here, and we're just gonna bring it around like so. And then there's another ear canal part right here. So we're gonna do a line right here. And it kind of goes out like that. Like it goes out like that with a little bit of hairs in it. I don't know if you could see that. Maybe I can bring it down a little. Maybe I could bring it down a little and you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So what I did, I just kind of brought it around. And then I brought this around up And then I just kind of put some little bit of hairs in here. Now you can go back in there, and if you want to put more hairs in there, you can with the black. And then we're just going to kind of wrap this around like this. And then we're going to put hairs up here like so. Kind of like, just give it a lot. It'll make it look like an ear pretty much. All right. So then we're going to do some lines down here. I'm just going to do some, maybe some lines here, to some whimsical lines here to give it like a whimsical look to it. And we're going to come down here, we're going to give it some whimsical look to it. There we go. To kind of give it looking like, I don't know, a dog, I guess. He's starting to come together, right? And then we're just going to kind of come in here with a little bit of black. I'm just going around with the black a little bit and kind of just doing some detail work with my liner brush to kind of give him that full body look. And then we're going to do that. And then around, there we go. And then for his tail, we're actually going to come in here with the same brush that we used for the other one, and we're going to make him his tail a little more fluffier than it is. So we're going to kind of bring some life to his tail. So I'm just going to do a little bit of his fluffiness here. There we go. Now it's starting to look like a tail. And then I'm going to come in here with a little bit of black, and I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm just going to kind of come in here and do some detail work to it. I'm kind of working my way around my dog. So now I'm going to start over here with the whimsical or the detail work. So I'm just using my detail brush, my small brush, to do a little bit of the feathering that I was talking about around the face. Now we can do the other ear. So I'm going to come in here and do the other ear. So we're going to do this way. So I'm just using my liner brush and going this way with it. And this one's a little different. I'm just going to bring up a little bit, like kind of like when you're doing grass, you're just whispering it. I call it whispering. Some people call it different than that. That's totally fine. There we go. Just a little bit of details on there. I think that looks good. And when you feel like you have enough details, you can go ahead and stop. Make sure you don't do too many details. I'm also going to go ahead and put a little bit of details of black in here. That way we have, and then I have my little line here for my arrow. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little line here for my arrow, right? And go ahead and do my arrow. Okay. Okay, there's my little arrow through his head, right? So now that I have his hair and his ears and all that all established, ready to go. Oops, let's go ahead and I'm gonna lift you up. Maybe I can. I'm gonna lift you up a little bit more. Oh no, this is super annoying. Okay, there we go. Maybe that's better. There we go. Okay. All right, so now that that is taken care of, maybe that's better. Okay. Now we can go on putting pupils in his eyes, and then we can do the envelope. Super excited. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the envelope. I'm going to teach you something, or not the envelope, but the eyes. Now, eyes for a lot of people is difficult, can be very difficult. They can get very frustrated, but I have a trick for you. So take the back of your paintbrush, one of your biggest paintbrushes that you have. Take the back of it, and I already have paint on mine to prove a point. Okay, and dip it into your paint. And then at the corner of your little eye here, put a little eye dot. Simple, super simple. And then just take your liner brush to do the little line that goes there, the little light of in the line, and just put a little line there. Look at, he's got life. Oh, he's looking super cute. I'm super excited. He looks so cute. Look how cute he looks. Okay, we're not done because we still have to outline our face here. So let's go ahead and outline our face. We're just going to use our liner brush to outline his face here. And then we're going to move on to our envelope and our hearts. And then we should be done. And then I'm going to add a little glitter because I always like to add glitter to my stuff. And if anybody's ever watched me paint or come to one of my painting lessons or even gone to one of my in-person painting parties, you know I always have glitter on hand. So, and I always put glitter on everything. So I have today my favorite all-time favorite, my Holographic Illusions crystal ball. That's my favorite, and not because it says my name, but it's my favorite. So let's go ahead and do the envelope. So the envelope, we're going to just go ahead and do the lines here. So we're going to do the lines and use your liner brush, or you can use a you can actually use a paint pen if you want to. If you don't feel comfortable outlining your envelope with a paintbrush. But I'm using a liner brush, just a small brush. You can use a detail brush if you want. It's totally up to you. What was that? That just popped up on my computer. That was super weird. Okay. So yeah, use whatever you feel comfortable using. You could totally just use a paintbrush if you want to, or paint pen if you want to. I do love paint pens. Paint pens are super fun and super easy to use. But for time's sake, I'm just doing this right now. And then once we're done with this, I'm going to go ahead and get my yellow out. And we're going to paint our envelope yellow. So I almost put that in my coffee, guys. I almost put my paintbrush in my coffee every single time. Take a break for a minute, and I'm going to grab my yellow. Where is my yellow? All right, my orange, actually. And I'm going to grab my yellow and my orange, and we're going to paint. This is actually pumpkins. It's spice pumpkin, but you can use whatever orange you have on hand. You don't have to use whatever I use here. Yellow and orange work perfectly fine. Let's see, I'm going to rinse out this brush too. And I'm just going to use my round brush for this one. You can use a flat brush if you want. You can use like a small flat brush if you want. So I'm going to take my orange, and I'm going to take a little bit of my yellow to kind of make it like an orange yellow envelope to make it look like an actual envelope. You can color your envelope whatever color you want. I just want mine to look like, oh, you know what would be really cool? You know what? Let's do a brown envelope. You could even do a brown envelope if you wanted to, right? Let's put some brown in this. Brown. I'm gonna do like a brown envelope. You know, the cute little brown envelopes that you send in the mail. Yeah. Okay, this just looks like a really ugly color though, guys. I don't know, let's put it on here and let's see what it looks like. Okay, that's not too bad. I thought it was gonna be like really ugly. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of go around our lines. I'm using a round brush to do this. You can do this with a flat brush if you want. Oops. But I'm just painting my envelope. So I'm just painting inside the lines. And like I said, if you want this tracer, go ahead and just write tracer in the, and if you're watching the replay, totally okay. Just go ahead and put tracer in the comments and let me know you want this tracer. I wasn't sure if I was going to give this tracer away. But because I had so many people really like this one, I really think I am going to give this one away. Maybe I will give this one away. Okay, so up here, we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to go around our little heart here. I'm kind of dabbing a little bit, and that's another thing. Like if you don't feel comfortable going around, guess what? You can always switch up your brush. Grab a smaller brush, come in here with a smaller brush and use a smaller brush, or you can dab around your painting or your drawing. That way you don't that way you feel comfortable, if that's the way you feel comfortable using it. So I'm going to get into the mustache as much as I can with my orange. Here we go. Almost done. All right. Okay. All right, so there's our heart. Our heart's in the middle. Now you can color your heart any color heart you want. I am actually going to color my heart probably red. So I'm just going to go ahead and get in there with my red and do my red heart. So I'm just going to color my red heart. I'm just using my liner brush to do this. You don't have to do red. You could do any other color you want. You can do purple. You could do pink. You could do, ooh, don't forget that you have a heart within the heart. I forgot about that. It's okay. I can go back over it. I'll go back over it with some pink. So I think that's, yeah, it's pink. It's pink, not yellow or red. Okay. And I think I'm gonna make this little part right here purple. I want it's white right here, but I want to do it purple, I think, maybe. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of white to my red to make pink. Actually, yeah, just put a little more white in here. For the heart that's in here. There we go. So there's a little heart in there. I just made it lighter color, and I'll go in there and put little dots in there here in a minute once it's dried. I'm gonna make a little bit lighter than that color. Okay. All right, so now there's my heart. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lines for this part right here. So this is just straight down. This is straight down. This is straight up. Just like there. There we go. And there you have it. There's your little envelope. Okay. So I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. Okay. I'm gonna try to see if there's anything else. Okay. Now I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna do my little red. We're gonna do our little red band here. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of this right here. Since it's red, so the little band is red. And then the stick thingies are black. Okay. There we go. That's done. And then one red heart. So we're gonna do red heart. So there's our red heart. And then one pink heart. I'm gonna go ahead and outline that in black. Actually, let's go ahead and get a pink. I'm actually gonna do this pink. This is a pretty pink. I like this pink. This is it's just a bright pink. It's pretty though. Okay, we'll do that pink. And here we go. So I'm just gonna draw I'm just looking to see where my little heart is. There we go. And then we'll just fill it in. And I'll fill it in with my round brush. All right, it's coming together. I'm so excited. It's coming together, guys. Isn't it so exciting? Okay. There's one heart, and I realized that I missed a whole section here of like background. So I'm just gonna come in here and clean this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. I didn't realize that I missed like a whole bunch of background there. Oh, my limbs are itching. Okay. Now let's do the red heart. Okay, so we're gonna just fill the red heart in. Well, let's see, where is there? I need more paint. Okay. All right, we are almost done. Look at that, under an hour, even though I started a little earlier. It's fine. I'm actually going to come in here and do a little bit more paint on the band. There we go. Okay, so now we can let that dry for a minute. Now I can come back with my paint pen, right? And I can do the lines on my heart over here. Okay. And then I'm going to just do the lines like this. There we go. Okay. So that's done. And then you could take your paint pen and use it to do other things too. So like you need to like do lines over here or something. You could, I'm gonna line this There we go. Oh my goodness. I'm not done because I still have to write the letters, but I just want to like kind of come in here and do some detail work. Okay, and then around this one. Okay. Here we go. All right. So there we have our little Valentine's dog. Isn't it so cute? It's so cute. He's adorable. And then we have you right here, right? And then we have, oh, I gotta let that dry. So that's gotta dry for a minute. You can take a blow dryer if you want to take a blow dryer to it. Oh my goodness, look how cute he looks. So if you want the tracer for this one, I'm actually going to put it in the comments, but I'm going to see, let's see, do I have it? Okay, yes, I'm still working. If you want the tracer, it's right there. The link is right there if you want the tracer. You can use this one. I'm actually going to be sending this video out to those who had signed up. So if you signed up for this and you missed us, totally okay. Just I'm going to send you the video, or you can come back here and watch it. But this is actually going to be put in on my YouTube, so you'll be able to see it on YouTube. And have access to it off of Facebook, or yeah. That way you don't have to like, no, that way you don't have to like navigate if you don't feel like navigating. Super fun. I really, really like doing this one. This one was fun. I like this one. He's cute. He's super cute. Look how cute he is. So if you want the tracer for that, I am going to be doing a butterfly tomorrow. So if you want to join me tomorrow to do a butterfly with me, let me know. I'm actually going to give you, let's see. Let's see. I have to log in. Let's see. If you want to join me and you want to paint with me, you can totally paint with me. I'm going to go ahead and give you the tracer for that one. And you, let's see. Give me 1 minute. Sorry, guys. It's actually in on my profile, but ow. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. I'm going to give it to you here. I'm just going to go ahead and post it here for you. That way you have it. That way you have it. And if you want to, grab your free tracer. All right. So here's the butterfly one. I'm doing this one tomorrow. I'm going to be doing this one live here on this page. So I don't know why it came up like that. Let's see. That's not right. I gave you the wrong one. Sorry. Let me try that again. Okay. I gave you the wrong one. I'm just waiting for this to dry. There it is. I found it. Okay, so if you want the butterfly tracer, there's the butterfly tracer. I'm going to be doing that one tomorrow. That one, I'm super, super excited to do that one tomorrow with you guys. I'm going to be doing it on an 8x10 though. I'm not going to be doing it so big like I did before. So it's going to be just on an 8x10. It's going to be super, super fast. And you'll have the video, step-by-step video sent to you when you get the tracer, when you sign up to get the tracer. yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait. All right, so let me go ahead and do the Be Mine here. Sorry. My pen is not working. Be, and then mine. What's up, buddy? I'm almost done. Be mine. All right. What's up? Oh, you're watching me? There we go. So Be Mine. So there we have it. There is our little, oh, I forgot the little white dots in my little heart here. So to do white dots, I like to use my back of my paintbrush, and I use it to do like little dots. So I'm just gonna do little dots in my little heart here. All right, there we go. And you're all finished. All right, we are finished with our little puppy dog. What's up?
I'm walking.
You're watching? Okay. I have an audience over here, guys. So I hope you guys really like this one. Hold on, I gotta fix this part right here. It's bugging me. I really hope you guys like this one. If you want the tracer, go ahead and get the tracer. It's right there in the comments section, and let me know how you like it and show me your masterpiece. I hope to see some creative stuff out there, guys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop off on here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when I do my butterfly one tomorrow. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.